Thank you all. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. We're going to move into the markup. I'll give an opening statement in a moment and kind of lay out the rules of what we're going to be doing today and look forward to the debate and the discussion. I think Senator Lujan is, I think he has COVID.
COVID?
We wish him well. Under the rules, he can vote by proxy. So I'll let you do that. I know he has some amendments he wants to offer. You can also offer amendments on his behalf. I don't think he can vote on final passage is what they tell me, but we wish him well and want to make sure that he can participate by proxy. Members will be recognized in accordance with committee practice with recognition granted for the members present at the beginning of the markup in order of seniority. On the committee members arriving after the start of the markup will be recognized in order they arrived. Following opening statements, we'll begin the consideration of amendments to the chairman's mark. Only timely filed amendments will be considered in order. When debate on amendments is concluded, we'll vote to report the resolution. It has been the practice of prior chairs, all amendments other than complete substitutes must be fully offset over the total of years covered by the resolution. Amendments that have no force or effect are not in order under the rules, so sense of the Senate amendments are not permitted. As the budget resolution is considered to be a privileged matter, amendments that risk or endanger the privileged status of the resolution, I will rule out of order. With respect to voting, our committee rules do not allow proxies, but I've covered that before about Senator Lujan. Otherwise, you must be present when the votes take place in order for their vote to be tallied. Has been done in prior markups. I will recognize members to offer and debate amendments in certain blocks of time and then stack the votes on amendments throughout the day. Our committee rules require that we have 11 members present to vote on the reporting budget resolution and 7 members to conduct committee business. In prior years, agreement has been reached to keep the markup moving forward, even if there were at times fewer than 7 members. This has worked well in the past, so I ask unanimous consent that for the purpose of opening statement, the offering of amendments and debate on the amendments during markup, the quorum requirement be considered met for the duration of the markup. Hearing no objection, it is so ordered. I asked members to limit their opening statements to 6 minutes. Just do the best you can. And I will lead by example. So we're here to pass a budget resolution bill that would allow $175 billion to be spent to secure our border, $150 billion to be spent to increase our military capability, about $20 billion, I think, for the Coast Guard. And we're going to instruct the appropriate committees to do that. And we're going to instruct other committees to find offsets that are reconciliation compliant, mandatory spending that's not Social Security. And the reason we're doing that is there's been a bit of debate between the House and the Senate about what to do and why. The reason I want to start, and I want to start now, is because there's a sense of urgency about the immigration plan of President Trump in this regard. 87% of the people, according to the New York Times, support deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have criminal records, 87%. 65% support deporting immigrants who are here illegally and arrived over the last 4 years. 55% support deporting all immigrants who are here illegally. And that's sort of where the public is. The problem we have now is that ICE is running out of money. And to my colleagues in the House, I hope you can pass one big, beautiful bill, meeting the priorities of President Trump and what we've been promising to do as a party. But we got to move on this issue. Tom Hallman said yesterday the ICE czar, for lack of a better word. There are 300,000 children missing in this country, and if we get more money, we can find them quicker, and only God knows what they're going through. We need to finish the wall. Bed space is in short supply, so when we apprehend somebody, they just can't be deported right then on the spot. They have to be housed, and there's a legal process to go through, and we're running out of bed space, so we desperately need more detention space, and we need more ICE agents to make this happen. So what's happened here is that we're dealing with 4 years, in my view, of irresponsible immigration policy. For the last 4 years, people have been waved through the country, into the country, violating the parole statute. Lake and Riley.
Morning.
The young lady that was murdered in Georgia, the man convicted of killing her was in custody and was paroled because lack of detention space in Texas. That's not a legitimate reason to parole someone under our law. You can parole people for 2 reasons. A special need they offer to our country, or a unique humanitarian need that they have, not lack of bed space. We're going to fix this. We ran campaigns in 2024 about what to do on immigration, and our party said we were going to deport criminals, we're going to finish the wall, we're going to give ICE the tools they need to bring law and order back to America, and we need money to do that. To my Republican colleagues in the House, I'm pulling for one big, beautiful bill, but there's a sense of urgency. I hope you will consider what we do if you cannot produce the one big, beautiful bill quickly. To my Democratic colleagues, President Trump was right to run on the idea of mass deportations in response to mass illegal immigration. The number of people that have crossed into this country legally in the last 4 years is in the probably over 10 million. And now the hard work of getting the criminals out of the country begins, securing the border and hiring the people necessary to make that happen. This bill will allow the money to be spent to make that happen. If we get this bill through the Senate and the House, ICE will have the money they need to finish the job we promised they would do. If we get this bill through the Senate and the House on the President's desk, the military will have $150 billion to upgrade their ability to defend this nation, and the Coast Guard will be better off. And to my Republican colleagues, we're going to pay for every penny of this. We're going to spend it in 4 years, and we're going to pay for it in 4 years. So I am ready to get started. The campaign is behind us. It's now time to govern. We made promises. We're going to keep those promises, and it starts today. And the next thing we'll do is deal with taxes and spending. And Senator Johnson, I am committed to making sure we spend consistent with the values that we have as Republicans. And I am dying to work with my Democratic colleagues to fix a broken immigration system, but that only happens after you regain control of your border and you deport the people that should have never been here to begin with. The idea of comprehensive immigration reform is going to be put on hold until we get control of our border. I've been involved in every effort to produce a comprehensive immigration bill, and the problem we have now is 4 years of just open borders has done a lot of damage to that idea. It'd be very hard to convince Republicans, let's legalize anybody, no matter how worthy the case may be for legalization, until you first control your border. And we're never going to do that again. I'm never going to be put in that position. We're going to control the border first. We're going to get control over the gangs that roam the streets in America first. Then we'll talk about what to do next. So with that, I look forward to the markup.